Hi, so the key concept I will be focusing on today will be natural selection in the grade 9 science curriculum in Unit A, Biodiversity. Natural selection, as a definition, is the process of differences in fitness among different organisms. Important to note that it's a process. And according to Darwin, natural selection is a driven force and main important concept of the origin of species and the evolutionary theory, but of course not the only mechanism of evolution. So how might a teacher develop an understanding of students' prior knowledge of this concept? So for starters, looking at the program of studies in the Alberta education can allow the teacher to see if natural selection has come up in the program of studies prior to grade 9. As I've researched, I've noticed that natural selection and adaptation go hand in hand, although they are not the same thing, which I'll get more into later on in the video. But since they go hand in hand, adaptation actually shows up in the Alberta education program of studies curriculum from grade 1 all the way to grade 10 science and into Bio 20 and Bio 30 as well. So it's possible to assume that students have somewhat of knowledge about natural selection prior to this concept, but of course, being the teachers of grade 9 students, they're going to high school next year, so it's important for us to, or it's important for grade 9 teachers to give them the correct knowledge and information about the concept in terms so they can bring into Science 10. A pre-assessment is actually super beneficial for introducing any new topic as well. An example of an activity that I could use during a classroom introduction would be a classroom brainstorm web. This is where students will work in small groups and write out a keyword in a bubble and then have them write out as many words that connect to that keyword and write that around the bubble. So it's like a web, like the title of this activity. Using a timer for this activity could also add in a little friendly competition as well. So there are some misconceptions that students have related to this concept, and that is usually the confusion between natural selection and adaptation. It's important to note that adaptation is the heritable trait that is randomly acquired by an organism to allow for a better situated or better suited environment to live in, whereas natural selection is the mechanism that causes adaptation among individuals in the population. Natural selection is also something that can occur at different levels, such as in genes or in individuals or in populations or in species, whereas adaptation is mainly in the gene level, hence making it heritable. There are some strategies that could be used to teach this concept so that the students can have a deeper understanding. And it can be done by making it more personalized for students, such as having the students pick out animals that they want to learn more about or are interested about and creating examples of natural selection in those species, or by using real life examples that actually have occurred in the past that are affecting the present right now. That will also create some conversation throughout the class as well. Another strategy that teachers can use is by doing a predator and prey mini lab in the classroom with different colored paper clips or Skittles or any candy that has multiple colors in them. This lab will allow students to actually see the population and survival rate fluctuate, therefore showing the result of natural selection. This can also be a little treat for them at the end of the class as well. This will also keep them engaged because there is candy involved in the class.